Hello students, let us study one of the concept called the rate constant. So, rate constant is represented symbolically as K. K is called the rate constant. So, how can we define this rate constant? So, to go for the definition of the rate constant, we will consider one of the chemical reaction A gives us to products. Here A is the reactant. It undergoes reaction to produce product. So how can we represent the rate expression for this chemical reaction? That is, small r is called the rate of reaction, which is equal to K into concentration of reactant A. So R is nothing but the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction is equal to K into concentration of reactant A. So to go for the definition of rate constant, we have to consider concentration of reactants is equal to 1. So if concentration of A is equal to 1, then R is equal to K. So rate of reaction and this rate constant. So when the concentration of reactants is equal to 1, then rate constant will become equal to the rate of reaction. Then how can we define the rate constant? Rate constant can be defined as the rate of reaction when the concentration of reactants becomes equal to unity or 1. So that is the definition of rate constant. Next we will study the characteristics. So what are the characteristics of rate constant? So characteristics of rate constant. The first characteristic is the value of rate constant depends on temperature. The value of rate constant depends on temperature. So how these two are related with one another? So if we increase the temperature, the value of rate constant also gets increased. That means these two are directly proportional to one another. So as the temperature increases, the value of rate constant also gets increased. Next, the second characteristic is this value of rate constant is independent of what? The initial concentration and also the time interval. So what is the meaning of that? So if we consider any general chemical reaction or any chemical reaction, the value of rate constant always remains constant irrespective of the initial concentration or irrespective of the time interval. That is, at the beginning of the reaction or at the middle of the reaction or at the end of the reaction, the value of the K always remains constant for a particular chemical reaction. And the third characteristic of this rate constant is this rate constant K depends upon the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction and rate constant are related with one another. So how these two are related with one another? That means as the value of rate constant increases, the value of rate of reaction also gets increased. That means rate constant and rate of reaction are again directly proportional to one another. So with increase in the value of rate constant, the rate of reaction also gets increased. So those are nothing but the few characteristics of the rate constant. Again, if the unit of rate constant is known, we can classify the reactions into different order. So it may be either zero order reaction or a first order reaction or a second order reaction. That depends upon the unit of rate constant. So if the unit of rate constant is found to be mole per dm cube per second, mole per dm cube per second, then we can say this reaction is of zero order. So if the unit of rate constant is found to be mole per dm cube per second, then the reaction is of zero order. So we can also take it as mole per liter per second. So it is nothing but a zero order reaction. And what is the unit of rate constant? constant for a first order reaction. So the unit of rate constant for a first order reaction is found to be per second. This is a first order reaction. So if the unit of rate constant is per second, we can classify the reaction into a first order reaction. And for a second order reaction, so what is the unit of rate constant? The unit of rate constant is per mole dm cube per second. Or you can also take it as per mole liter per liter, liter per second. Per mole liter per second. So dm cube can be taken as a liter. So we can also write this unit in this way, that is per mole liter per second. So this is nothing but the unit of the rate constant for a second order reaction. So based on the unit of rate constant, we can classify the reactions into different categories. So for a zero order reaction, the value of rate constant, the unit of rate constant is going to be mole per dm cube per second. For a first order reaction, the unit of rate constant is going to be per second, and for a second order reaction, the unit of rate constant is going to be per mole dm cube per second. So now we will study the integral form of derivation of integral form of rate expression for a chemical reaction. So in the second PU we have studied the integral form of rate expression for a zero order reaction, also first order reaction. Now in this degree we are going to study the integral form of rate expression for a second order reaction. So for that we will consider one of the second order reaction. A plus B gives us to product. A plus B gives us to product. So this is nothing but one of the second order reaction where A and B are the reactants, they combine to form a product. For this, how can we write the rate expression according to law of mass action? That is dx by dt is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B. So this is nothing but the rate equation which is written according to the law of mass action for this chemical reaction. Since it is a second order reaction, we can write the rate expression for that second order reaction as dx by dt is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B. So the power of these two is found to be 1 and 1. 1 plus 1 can be taken as 2. It is a second order reaction. Initially, so the initial concentration of reactant A is found to be small a, and the initial concentration of reactant B is found to be small b. So as the time proceeds, the amount of reactant A and some amount of reactant B consumed in the reaction to produce product. That is, X is the amount of reactant consumed in the reaction A, consumed in the reaction, so that and the amount of reactant B also consumed in the reaction is X. So X is the amount of reactant A and B consumed in the reaction, so that the amount of reactant left over after time t is found to be A minus X. So A minus X is the amount of reactant left over, reactant A left over after time t. Similarly, the amount of reactant B left over after time t is found to be B minus X. Okay, so then in terms of A minus X and B minus X, after time t seconds, we can represent this rate expression as dx by dt is equal to K into concentration of A is found to be A minus X after time t, and the concentration of B is found to be B minus X after time t. Okay, so this is nothing but the rate expression for a second order reaction in terms of concentration of reactant A and B after time t seconds. Now we are going to write, so we have written the differential form of rate expression for a second order reaction. And then by using this differential form of rate expression, we are going to derive the integral form of rate expression for a second order reaction. So to derive the integral form of rate expression, we have to consider two cases or two steps. So in the first step, we will consider A is equal to B. So what is A? So A is nothing but the initial concentration of reactant A and B is the initial concentration of reactant B. So if both are having same value, so this is the first case. So by using this case, we are going to derive the integral form of rate expression for a second order reaction. So if A is equal to B, then the above equation can be written as, so the above expression can be written as dx by dt is equal to k into a minus x into a minus x. So which is equal to k into a minus x whole square, that is dx by dt. So dx by dt is equal to k into a minus x whole square. So this equation is obtained when small a is equal to small b. So we will rearrange this equation so that dx divided by a minus x whole square is equal to k into dt. So on rearrangement of this equation, we are going to get this equation. So we have to take the integrations on either side, or we will apply integrations on either side, so that take the integrations on either side. So this in the left hand side, so this is of the form integration of 1 by x square. X means a minus x. So integration of 1 by x square is nothing but minus 1 by x. Integration of 1 by x square with respect to x is minus 1 by x. And the differentiation of these two has to be taken. And the A is a constant whose value is a fixed value. Initial concentration of reactant is a constant. The differentiation of constant is 0, 0 minus the differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Okay, so this minus and minus gets cancels with one another, so that we are going to get plus 1 divided by a minus x in the left side, and which is equal to, in k is a constant which remains the same k, and integration of dt is found to be t with respect to t, and we are doing the integration so that we have to introduce another constant for integration constant. So in the right hand side, k into t plus I. So I is for the integration constant whose value is to be determined. So to calculate the value of I, the integration constant, we have to go for the initial condition. So what is the initial condition? When t is equal to 0, that is before the commencement of the reaction, the value of x is equal to 0. So that means the value of x means the amount of reactant converted into product. At the beginning of the reaction, no reactant has converted into product. Hence, at time t is equal to 0, the value of x is also equal to 0. So apply these two in the above equation, we are going to get the value of I, that is 1 divided by a is equal to a minus x is a minus 0, 1 by a, and k into 0 can be taken as 0 plus I. The value of I obtained is found to be 1 by a. So substitute this value of I in the above equation. So this is the above equation. So we will introduce the value of I in this equation, equation number 1. We are going to get 1 divided by a minus x is equal to kt plus 1 by a. So on rearrangement, we will take kt towards the left side, so that 1 divided by a minus x, this will comes to the left side, so that this plus value will become minus value 1 divided by a. So to solve this one, we have to take the LCM between these two, so that a into a minus x is the LCM, and this a minus x and a minus x gets cancels with one another. The remaining is only a minus, according to the above expression, minus sign is written, and this a and a gets cancels with one another. The remaining is a minus x. So we will put a bracket a minus x. So on multiplying with minus a minus plus x, that is a into a minus x at the denominator, which is found to be equal to 18. So minus a plus a gets cancels with one another. 18 is equal to x divided by a into a minus x. So k is equal to 1 over t into x divided by a into a minus x. So this is nothing but the integral form of rate expression for a second order reaction. So to derive the integral form of rate expression, we have to take two cases or two conditions. In the first condition, we have taken the initial concentration of reactant A is equal to the initial concentration of reactant B, that is small a is equal to small b. So by using this condition, we have derived the integral form of rate expression, which is found to be, it is k is equal to 1 over t into x divided by a into a minus x.